Gardeners. Happy Friday to you. We've gotten to the part of the week where we get to show what we've learned all week. And this week we talked about fractions, where we were talking about equal and not equal, fair sharing. So today our activity is going to show what we've learned all week. But before we get started with our learning about fractions this week, that's right, you guessed it, we're going to do our math with movement. So today we're going to skip count by tens, and by skip counting by tens, we're going to go all the way to 100. Not hard, that's quick. And then the way we're going to do that is we're going to do our jumping jacks. So are you ready? Let's go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Super job. Air high five to me, boys and girls. Super job. Super job. Now that we've got our brains all warmed up, our bodies are all charged, we're ready to look over and review and do our activity on fractions. So today we're going to be looking at how we can describe and represent fractions showing fair share with two sharers. Yeah, we've been kind of doing that this week, and so we're going to continue with that. So, in order to get our activity done, you're going to need a few things to do that. You're going to need pencil, paper, a number generator, and I'll show you how to get that if you don't have one. Crayons, colored pencils, markers, whatever you have, and two sets of objects that you have about 20 of them each. So today I have linking cubes that we can use, that we can model what we're going to do. I have some cereal that we can use. I also have rocks that we can use, and I have some uncooked noodles. So you might have to ask mom or dad if you can borrow some of the, you only need about 20 of them to get that done. So the next thing that you're going to need is, to begin that, is a Ziploc bag so that you can have something to put everything in. So let's get going. So we're going to create our fair share mat. You can see mine. I have two squares at the bottom and a circle at the top. So on your paper, you're going to just draw two big squares at the bottom and a circle on the top, because that's going to be where we do our fair sharing. We're going to do our separating and fair sharing in our rectangles, but we're going to put the number that we're using up here. Now, how are we going to get our number? That's when we're going to use our number generator. And the way that we create a number generator is we take pieces of paper and we put our numbers on them like this. So I put numbers between 6 and 16 on my papers. So I have all my numbers on little pieces of paper, and I'm going to put them inside my Ziploc bag so I can shake it up, and that's how I'm going to generate my numbers that I'm going to fair share. And then I can choose whichever one of my objects that I want to use, my cereal, my rocks, my linking cubes, or my uncooked noodles. So let's try the first one. I'm going to pick out my number and see if we can fair share it. I have the number 15. That's right, 15. So I'm going to write 15 in my circle. That's right. So I have 15 in my circle on my fair share mat. So now I'm going to be able to separate, and let's start with our linking cubes. So we're going to start with our linking cubes, and we're going to see if we can fair share them. So what do we have to do first to know if we can fair share them? That's right, we need to count 15. So let's count 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now we have 15 of our linking cubes on our mat. So now to fair share them, what do we have to do? We have to give one to you and one to your partner. Okay? So we're going to count them off like that. So let's see. We have 1 for me, 1 for you. 2 for me, 2 for you. 3 for me, 3 for you. 4 for me, 4 for you. 5 for me, 5 for you. 6 for me, 6 for you. 7 for me, 7 for you. Uh-oh, we only have 1 left. So can we fair share 15? No, we'd have to split our cube in half in order to fair share it, but we don't have a way of breaking a cube in half so that we can share it. So we can't really fair share all of 15. We would have to stop and just have an extra. Okay? So let's try another. Let's try another. So that means we're going to pick another. We're going to pick another object. Let's see. Let's try our rocks this time. So let's see if I can pick another number. What's my number? That's right, it's 8. 8. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to write my number 8 in my circle. See how I have my number 8 in there? Yes. So now we're going to fair share our rocks. So what do we have to do first? Count our rocks out. So we need to count 8 rocks. 1, count with me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I have my 8 rocks. Let's see, how do we fair share them? Are we able to fair share? Because when we fair share, that means we're both going to have the same amount. So let's go. 1 for me, 1 for you. 2 for me, 2 for you. 3 for me, 3 for you. 4 for me, 4 for you. And we don't have any more to separate. So now let's count. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have the same amount? Yes. And did we fair share? We certainly did. So we both can fair share 8 because we each have 4. We each have 4. All right, let's do one more before we go. What's our number? That's right, it's 14. 14. So now we've got to fair share 14. Let's see if we can fair share 14. So what do I do first? I write my number down. So I'm going to write down the number 14. So I have my number 14 in my sheet. Okay, now I have to fair share. This time, let's use our uncooked pasta. So what is the first thing we have to do? That's right, we have to count out 14 pieces of pasta. So let's go. Help me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So now we have 14 pieces of pasta. So how do we fair share? You guessed it. We've got to count it out and fair share it with our friend. So I'm going to start. Help me count. 1 for me. That's right. 1 for you. 2 for me. 2 for you. 3 for me. 3 for you. 4 for me. 4 for you. 5 for me. 5 for you. 6 for me. 6 for you. 7 for me. 7 for you. And we don't have any more pasta to sort. So now, how many do we each have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. We both have 7. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're equal. They're the same. So we were able to fair share 14. Super job, guys. So we were able to fair share 8. We were able to fair share 14. But what number were we not really able to fair share without being able to break it in half? That's right. It was the number 15. 15 was our number that we weren't able to fair share. So, boys and girls, I hope that you're able to try and do that on your own. Take a picture of your work. Share it with me on flipgrid.com by using that link on our page, or you can use the QR code. Either way is fine. I would love to see your fair share mats and show me your fair sharing of your objects. See you next time. Have a great weekend.